Hi guys, Callum here with FSElite at Flight SimCon 2017. Now joined by the guys from TFDI, so we've got Colin and we've got Josh. Do you guys want to just say who you guys are and kind of what you do for TFDI?
I'm Colin Biedencap. I am the president and lead programmer.
And I'm Josh Mendoza. I'm the community manager.
Cool, so thank you very much for taking the time to speak to us. You've had a really busy couple of days out there.
Yes.
Yes, it's been super busy. We planned this interview like 3 times now, trying to get this interview set up, and every time it was just things happening. But I'm glad we're finally getting to do it.
Yeah.
So what kind of reception have you had from people coming by the stand and stuff?
So far it's been really positive.
Mm-hmm.
We really didn't know what to expect. After last year I was here kind of just as a tag along, and it went well, and then with the product launch and everything, we ended up in a really good place, kind of conveniently right around Flight SimCon, and it's been really overwhelmingly positive. Really a positive experience the whole time, all around.
It absolutely surprising how many people were like, "Oh, you're TFDI," and I'm like, "Yeah, is that a thing? Like, is that like serious?" It's crazy because you sit at home, just working on this, not really talking to many people in the community while you're just working, so you don't really know like, do people care about the company or anything like that. So it was really surprising how many people were actually like extremely receptive to us being here. So.
Very motivational.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, every time we've walked past your stand, there's been like huge crowds around your table, and it's probably helped. You've got a nice big red tablecloth as well.
Yeah.
You've got these giant TVs and stuff. But I would think it's fair to say you've got one of the most popular stands at Flight SimCon from kind of what we've seen as well. So
thank you.
Congratulations to you guys and the team, really, because the 717 came out in December, and it's been a very interesting development cycle.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. It's a way to do your first plane. Right way, I don't know, but
it's a way
to do it.
So kind of how have you used the feedback over the last couple of months to kind of build you up to where you guys are today?
The product has pretty much done a U-turn since it came out.
Mm-hmm.
All the feedback we've gotten since then, like I said, maybe not necessarily the right way to go about it. We kind of caught us by surprise, but since we kind of got our feet under us and we started putting that information to good use with the community beta and really, organizing everything, getting it ready to collect that information, the turnaround time for reports has gotten very low, and overall, if somebody has an issue or they want something added, it usually gets done pretty quickly. And I feel like it's become a very efficient system, and it's really helped us to steer it in the right direction.
Yeah, and we restructured our entire feedback area just so we wouldn't be sitting there trying to deal with 6 posts of just trying to get baseline feedback. And with the new system that we implemented, it's been, if you have a crash, if you have something happening, if you fill out a quick form, it gets to him within 24 hours, and they're already looking at it to see if they can try and solve the issue. And we're usually, by the end of the week, they either found the issue and have pushed an update, or have located the issue and are speaking to the right people to get it fixed.
Perfect. And the community beta has really helped, I imagine, as well.
Yes, very much.
Absolutely. It's having people there that are actually trying the aircraft in the new version with the understanding that it is a beta has absolutely, it's been crazy. It's because people who want to be a part of it can be a part of it, and people who don't want to be a part of it, they don't have to, so they're not being submitted to bleeding edge updates and stuff like that.
We get the benefit of wide testing without putting people who don't want to be used as testers into it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So who came up with that idea in the first place?
This guy.
Wow.
Yeah, that was. If you have 3,000 customers and 1,000 of them want to try an update, give it to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it first came out, I was quite impressed, and I thought actually that's a really good way to get lots of feedback to help with those critical bugs and stuff. So obviously it's worked out for you guys and it's paid off.
Yeah. I would say if we didn't have that beta, we would still be trying to focus on bugs that
may not necessarily be the ones that we should have been focusing on.
Yeah.
I think it really helped us figure out where the community's attention was.
Yeah, brilliant. So you've just pushed your latest update as well. How's the feedback been from that update?
The public update, it totally changed the attitude of the product, I think.
Yeah.
Before then, we spent a lot of time apologizing, and then as soon as that came out, a lot of people went out of their way to tell us, hey, I was one of the ones that had the issues, and now it's great, I love it. We've had a lot of people who say they fly it every day now, some who fly it exclusively, and it's been really nice to see.
Yeah.
That was more what we were going for originally anyway. It just kind of caught us off guard.
And I can tell that more people are flying it because I actually have more support tickets, which, I mean, that's a thing, but it's...
More users, the more
support tickets means more people are actually trying to use the product, which is very nice.
But even still, they're a lot more positive.
Yeah,
the reports are, hey, can you take a look at this? And it's very friendly, and it's a very open dialogue, and I like it.
Yeah.
Excellent, good. I was actually speaking to a few people earlier, and they're starting to compare you guys to PMDG in terms of like the quality of the product that you've released. You've definitely hit the right mark.
No, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Well, that's not from me. That's
No,
just
if you see them again, tell them thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely will do. So with the big update who's just come out, are you going to continue to work on kind of updates, features, or is there any big features that you're going to kind of implement going forward? Or
Well, number one is the paint kit.
Yeah, the paint.
We're working toward getting that done.
Yeah,
double time.
Yeah, when we get back, that's pretty much what we're going to be focusing on, is getting that external update done.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of small other systems, like nuances in the system that need to be finished. But for the most part, it's close to being where we wanted it to be on release date, that's the most important thing with this most recent update, is it's very close to what we imagined the product being.
Mm-hmm.
Tunnel vision does a lot to you.
Yeah.
And we got tunnel visioned during December, and we just put out something that we thought was what we wanted it to be, but with this most recent update, it got us there, and we're really proud to say that that's our product now.
So did you feel a bit, because you said 2016 was going to be the release of the 717,
Mm-hmm.
in hindsight, would you have done anything different with the release date? Or
Yeah, absolutely.
I wouldn't have said 2016. I would have. Realistically, we didn't want to break our promise. We've always had a real big thing on honesty, and then I'm sure you can see it just by the way we answer our forums and everything. We'd rather, even if it's not the truth you want to hear, if it's the truth, it's the truth.
Yeah.
So we said 2016, and we kind of made a choice, like, okay, what's going to be worse? Breaking our word and ruining everybody's trust, because not knowing where the product was. We said, okay, we'll make it happen. We'll continue working on it. Going back, I wouldn't have said 2016. I don't like that I had to make that compromise.
Yeah.
And I would do my best to avoid doing that again, which is why since then, not a single time have we said, this day the update's coming out, this day this feature's going in. Never. I want to do it right, not on a schedule.
I always have fun with somebody, hey, when's it coming out?
When it's done.
I know the alt code for the trademark symbol now. I do soon, and then the trademark symbol behind it. I just know that by heart now, and it's my fun little teasing that it'll be out soon, but it's not. We're not going to release any information on it because we don't want to put ourselves in that same position. People rush us, and they're like, why aren't you putting that update out now? And it's like, well,
that's how we got here.
Yeah, we're not going to do the same thing over again. That's just insanity right there. So don't make the same mistakes over again. Learn from them. And every development company has growing pains, ourselves included. So that's one of the things that we're
nobody's immune to being human.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Because this is one of your first products that, outside of smart cars, this is your first
large scale.
Yeah.
So you guys were obviously, before you started developing this, you were part of the community and wanting to know when these aircraft were coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So
we still are. We're still part of the community.
Yeah, that's actually how I joined the team. Was I wanted to know more about the aircraft. I snuck my way onto the TFDI team trying to get information.
You succeed in finding more information.
I kind of got a little in over my head at one point, but no, it's cool, and I still feel like we're part of the community. I try as much as possible to go into Twitch chats and just talk with people, see where everyone's at. If you're not actively trying to talk to the community, you're never going to hear the full story.
Yeah. And that's really important, because then that helps you in terms of your development, and kind of to see what direction Flight Sim's going in the future as well.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I guess it's even funny because I go into a lot of chats as the TFDI Twitch account, and you'd be surprised how many people who have a bug that they want to report, but they just don't.
Yeah.
And then they're like, they want to report it because I'm there, and I'm like, dude, yeah, that's
Excellent.
great.
Yeah, let
send
know.
it to me here. I'll take care of it. Let's do that right now. And it's surprising how often that happens, that somebody wants to report a bug, but it was something that they just put on the back burner. And without going out there and actively talking to the community, you don't know these things are happening.
Even sometimes it's positive feedback. It's just, hey, we really like this, and it lets us know in the future, okay, this is a good thing to do. This is a choice that we made that they're happy with. Same kind of thing, that people are more inclined to go out of their way when there's something to solve. So it's really positive for us to get to kind of see the product as a whole, not just the negatives. I think it's good for the team to see both sides.
Great.
Yeah.
So I want to move away a little from the 717 because
Okay.
it's a fantastic aircraft, but you guys originated with your smart cars,
Yes.
Virtual airline system. So kind of, are we going to see any improvements or updates to that software and anytime
Oh, yeah.
soon?
Yeah.
Smart Cars 3 is on the agenda
Yeah.
very soon.
Okay.
That's something we want to focus on, and we have many ideas for it.
Though it may not
can't-
be called Smart Cars 3.
It,
just
yeah,
saying,
it,
just
it
the
may
next
be,
iteration.
It may not be Smart Cars 3, but it's going to be the same idea. And we have 4.5 years of sitting around doing the same thing. Really leads to
A lot of ideas
a
getting
lot of
shuffled.
ideas. Yeah, we have a whole entire. If we had a warehouse, it would be full of ideas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going to see probably some things that you may not have expected, but I think will be really cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm not going to ask for a timeline because I know exactly
Yes.
the answer.
So we just talked about it.
Soon. TM.
Yes.
Awesome, good. So, Flight SimCon is obviously a massive thing for you guys as well. Have you guys had opportunity to see anything else here, or have you been kind of stuck in your stalls and stuff?
We roamed a little bit.
Yeah, since we have 4 people here, and it really only takes 2 people to man the booth, we kind of trade off and just go around, walk around. I enjoy talking to a lot of the people who I talk with on Twitch are here. And
Oh, yeah.
So it's nice to finally get to meet them in person, as well as many developers that I've kind of communicated with but haven't gotten to meet. It's amazing getting to see such a dense group of influencers and community members that it's been absolutely mind-blowing. So.
Any particular product you've kind of gone, wow, or like been surprised about since being here?
Aerofly. Aerofly FS too.
I mean, I'm not really surprised about, but
Yeah,
the Aerofly one is cool. The other one that I didn't get an opportunity to actually fly in it is the not because our plane's in it, but that new simulator with
the flying side simulator, too.
simulator, which was
Their performance is insane.
that was crazy getting to do that, and for something that isn't even been that developed is that much.
Yeah, their time scale on that, I believe,
Yeah.
is very quick, and they did a lot, and not the amount of time I would think it would have taken.
And that caught me off guard and just
Yeah, because
blew my
your
mind.
aircraft is in that as well. isn't it?
It's
That's what impresses me the most.
Yeah, that our aircraft. We didn't
do anything
we
for
didn't-
that.
Yeah, they did everything themselves. They came to us one day and just asked a couple of questions.
Yeah,
and stuff
a couple of really easy, hey, is this how this works? I'm like, yeah, it is. And then all of a sudden, 717's in their sim, and that's really impressive to me.
Wow.
Yeah, so
So I checked it out yesterday and wore the VR headset, and I was blown away by the detail in the cockpit and stuff. Because if I'm being honest, I still haven't flown the 717 because I've been so busy. But that thing was just incredible, and the sim itself looked really good. And they told me it's been in development for 3 months.
yeah,
So
They made leaps and bounds, it seems like.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
So I need to go talk to them again and get some more information. Good. So anything else you guys want to add before we wrap up about TFDI, 717, smart cars?
Were there any user questions that we were going to do, or?
I'm
Yeah, I've got a few.
Yeah, I mean, we're here. We might as well get the questions answered. I know the first one's going to be the ERJ.
So, there's been lots of rumors.
Thank you for that.
Welcome. So outside of the rumors and stuff, obviously the 717, it's very similar to other aircraft
Yep.
already out there. So do you guys have any plans maybe to look at different aircraft and use the same code base? And
Well, we've looked at a lot. Obviously, DMD11 is definitely something that's been on our radar, considering that it's an almost identical code base, except for some display changes and little
Yeah.
performance numbers. But there's a lot more that goes into it than just, is the code the same?
yeah.
Unfortunately, it is still a business. There's a business side to it too. But we've looked at that. We've looked at the ERJ, of course. I mean, we've looked at a lot of things. We looked at one of the Bombardier planes. There's all kinds of options. It's hard to say right now what exactly we're going to go with, because for us, does it make sense? Can we justify the time that we're going to spend doing it? It's something we want to do, because there's just some planes I don't like. Regardless, I just don't like it. I'm not going to do a good job because I hate it, and I'm not going to sign us up for a project like that. And there's 4 of us, so we all got to make sure that whatever project we do, we're all ready to get invested in, and make sure that the resources are available. And I know we've been asked to do some of the newer aircraft. There's one of the new Bombardiers, the C Series, that kind of stuff. And if it's very new, it's hard to get the wealth of knowledge that you need to really do it properly.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I really want to sign myself up for something that I don't think we have enough to finish.
Yeah, if it's new or if it's a rare aircraft.
Yeah.
The 717 is it's
that
a
walked
rare
the line
aircraft.
as it was
It's
anyway.
surprisingly rare. There's not information on it online for it.
Yeah, you can't just Google 717 and get all the stuff that you need. It took us a long time and a lot of very lucky connections to make it happen.
When you type 717, you go to Google Images, and your aircraft shows up on the first page.
Yeah, because that's all the pictures that there are of it.
Yeah,
Wow.
so that's not. I mean, that gives you an idea of what you're dealing with. So.
And the 717 was a mainstream production aircraft.
Yeah.
And it's 20-some years old now, and there's still that limited scale of information on it. So if something's brand new, it's going to make it a lot harder. I'm not ruling it out, of course, anything new, but I do think we want to make another plane. After doing this, now that we're on the good side of everything, or at least I feel like we are.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun. It was hard, definitely hard, but it's been a lot of fun, and the reception to it has been really positive and really fun on post-release side too now. So I definitely think we'll do another one, but it may not be the next project. I think we're going to take some time to clear our queue a little bit and explore some options and make sure that whatever we do, we're ready to sign up for another 3-year, 4-year project on.
And TFDI, we're not just an aircraft developer. We don't
We're not a
only
ex-developer. We're developers.
Yeah, we develop.
And whatever that entails and whatever our passion takes us into is what we do.
So, yeah, I mean, we have smart cards, we have a sound pack, we now have a plane.
I think we're one of the only to produce both an aircraft and a mainstream application at the same time.
So.
And you do service stuff as well. So.
Yeah. We also have a hosting company that you can buy flight sim hosting with us, and we'll help you out with that. So
we're kind of the wild card, so expect anything.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be exciting whatever you guys produce, and I think you're right. I think you've got a really good foundation now in terms of experience, knowledge, and kind of, especially when you think of this community beta that you kind of started doing.
Yeah.
That's going to really help you in terms of going forward and stuff in the future.
Yeah.
So I think everyone's already excited about, regardless of what project you do.
Whatever's next, they're happy about, which is very cool.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting. And definitely some surprises for the community in the future. So.
Excellent. Good. So we've got one more question
from
the community. So now that all the major sims are now 64-bit, how do you think this will change the playing field, particularly for kind of TFDI and like future projects and stuff?
Well, I definitely think it'll make a difference as far as how far we can reach. Some of the limitations are still there performance-wise, which unfortunately is half the battle. For example, windshield rain effects, we get grilled on that perpetually. And D3D4 didn't solve that for us, unfortunately, because the rendering is still low performance.
We have a solution for it. It's just
we wrote that
the engine won't be able to.
It can't do it.
Yeah.
But that said, with 64-bit now unlimited, one of the things we didn't do in the initial 717 was implement the ability to read a PDF directly on the tablet, because I was concerned with, PDF sometimes can be a little bit larger. I don't know necessarily what the overhead of something like that's going to load into the VAS. VAS being an issue that it was, I didn't want to add to that. But there's a lot of other things that we've done, just design decisions that we've made to the airplane, texture sizes, choices in lighting technology, things like that have been considerations only because of the very small memory overhead, that now without that we may be able to reach a lot further. And the second that somebody adds or improves that performance of those gauges, we'll be able to do a lot more too.
Yeah, that's the most important part, is getting the performance taken care of now. Lockheed Martin Dovetail, they're main ESP platform developers. We should start focusing on getting the ESP engine to be able to handle new stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is the next step, is actual performance improvements. We don't need all eye candy. Would it be nice to have windshield wiper effects? Absolutely.
I'd be happier with an update that was just addressing solely performance and internal stability.
Yeah.
That would really take the shackles off developers a lot more than fancy rain effects. But they're nice. They look good.
But if you take that in account and increase performance, then we can come up with solutions in the meantime.
Yeah.
Until something gets put into the entire simulator.
Yeah.
I think developers have been doing that for years, haven't they? We've got this problem, and this is how we found a solution for the simulator developers do themselves.
Yeah, there's workarounds is kind of the name of the game.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Fantastic. Good. Well, guys, thank you very much for joining me today. Really insight, detail in terms of the 717 and other projects as well. So thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of Flight Sim Con. I'm sure you've got a massive crowd of people already waiting for you guys.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So, good luck with the rest of the show. Thank you guys as well for tuning in, and we'll see you around soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, welcome to the 6 o'clock.
Oh, I thought that was real.
We'll go to traffic first.
Yes.
Did you guys do traffic?
Yeah. We have traffic in England.
But you guys don't sit around and drink tea all day and not get on the
I was like, how could you be driving?
I literally just thought that you sat around and complained about politics and drank tea.
Yeah.
You
We're
okay?
hungover. Yeah, we're hungover. This is
We're running out of SD card space.
Oh yeah. Hi guys, got another.
Yeah, that's a problem. Just get another SD card.
That's exactly. I was like, wait. I don't even think it has a card.
We'll borrow one from Walmart. We'll take it back after we're done.
We're here with TFDI and their comedy sketch. How do I look? Do I look? Let me go grab some.
Don't ask me that.
Okay. And so $1,000. What do you? 1,001. You ass. So yes, TFDI Design 717. Let's see. What was the cost? Was it? It was $48. What? No, it's normally $60. No, we went to the store when it was on sale and got the price then. What did you guys put in this water?
Sulfur.
Can't tell you that.
I'm just gonna wake up in your guys' room. All right, now that we got you trapped, what's your next project?